How's everybody doing? My name is Leandre Queen. I am a senior at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. My major is health and physical education. Someday I aspire to become a college football coach. So it's a very daunting task, but I feel like I can do it. So to get started, I've been fortunate enough at the university to be able to work with a variety of different organizations. My first 2 years, I worked with student orientation staff. In my latter 2 years, or a year and a half, I should say, I worked with the UL equipment staff, the football program. Both of those experiences have helped me gain a lot of different views and outlooks on how to handle people, different situations, tasks, management skills, all types of things. So I've been very fortunate in that regard. Everybody's different, so you're going to encounter people who do things a certain way. Everyone has their niche. But at the end of the day, I feel like there are important traits that all good managers should have. So to get started, the first one I have is that a good manager should care. A good manager should care about the individual and not the individual in terms of the job, if that makes any sense. So, caring about what's going on in your workers' personal lives. People have families, friends, kids, things of this nature. It's not just the job. So, you have to care about the person as an individual. Next thing I have is being effective and efficient. So, a good manager should do things in the way that are logical, things that make sense. So you can't tell someone to go do something and it's not the job description. The person should not be doing that at all and expect them to just go along with it. It has to be logical, it has to make sense. And what you do has to be fair to everybody, not just, your favorite, because you're gonna have favorites. It's the truth, it's honest. You're gonna have favorites, but you can't do things that just benefit your favorites. You have to do things that benefit everybody. Next thing I have is that a good manager should be relatable and real. A good manager should be someone who, everybody can relate to in a sense. That might be an age difference, there might be a personality difference, but everybody should be able to relate to you at least a little bit. So you have to be relatable. And then the last thing, you have to be realistic. You have to be realistic about goals. You have to be realistic about expectations, accomplishments. You have to tell the truth. So you have to be realistic. In terms of myself, like I said before, I've had many different experiences while being at UL Lafayette. And since I can do certain things, bringing it into the coaching venue, I feel like I can transfer those skills from orientation staff, equipment manager, and then bring it into coaching. So to get started, the first thing I have is since I can communicate efficiently with other people, I feel like I can run meaningful meetings. These are team meetings, administrative meetings, meetings amongst myself and the assistant coaches, all of these things. So since I can communicate, I feel like I can run meetings. The second thing is I can work well under time constraints, typically. So since I can work well under time constraints, I can tackle many tasks at once. I can do something that needs to be done next week, do something that needs to be done right after that, and then right after that. So I can work well under time constraints. If something comes at me quickly, I feel like I can tackle it right then and there. Third thing is I have helped many people before work well with other people. I've helped people solve conflicts and things like that. So since I can do that, I can maintain continuity amongst my administration and my staff when I do become a coach. Fourth, I can plan effectively. So since I can plan effectively, I can provide the team with many different opportunities for growth. Now, say we're in the spring, you can't have the team just practicing all the time. There has to be meetings, has to be weights, there has to be administrative things going on in terms of compliance. So since I can provide effectively, I can look at a calendar and I can say, okay, we can do this here, do this here, do this here, because the athlete has to develop in more ways than just being on the football team. Next thing I have is I can organize well. And since I can organize well, I feel like I can categorize and evaluate individual growth. So I can say this person's better on defense for these reasons, this person's better on offense for these reasons. And then I can say, okay, what can this person do on defense? What can this person do on offense? And I can break it down that way so everybody gets fair and effective development. Sixth thing, I can take initiative on assignments. So since I can take initiative on assignments, I feel like I can stay ahead of what I have to do and have a little wiggle room just in case something goes wrong. Because like I said before, these student athletes are not just athletes, they're students first, but more importantly, they're individuals. So they may have family issues, they may have kids, you never know. So you have to provide that time. I call it just in case time. So you can do your job, but also go beyond that and help somebody out. And then lastly, I have setting and meeting due dates on projects. Since I can set and meet due dates on projects, I feel as though I can um, I can be effective in a way that many different people sometimes find struggles with doing that. And since I can meet due dates, I feel like I said before, I can just stay on top of what I have to do and do my job, but also do other things because coaching is really dynamic. There are many different areas to coaching that people don't realize. You have to be the coach, you have to be a mentor, you have to be emotional support sometimes. So there's a lot of different things that coaches have to do that people don't realize. And I feel like I'm in a good place right now. I can definitely learn a lot more, which is why I'm going to graduate school. And yeah, so those are my traits of a good manager. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later.